The Zodiac Killer, a name that still sends chills down the spines of many, remains an enigma, a ghostly figure who haunted Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. His reign of terror began on December 20th, 1968, with the brutal murders of David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen. This young couple was on their first date, parked on a lover's lane in Berryessa, when the Zodiac struck. The Zodiac's brutality continued in 1969 with a series of attacks in Vallejo and Lake Berryessa. He targeted couples, often in secluded areas, using a variety of weapons and methods. Each attack brought a new wave of fear to the region, as the unknown killer seemed unstoppable. The police were baffled, with few clues and no clear motive. The public was on edge. Every couple out on a date wondered if they would be the next victims. The case dominated headlines, and the fear was palpable. The Zodiac had instilled terror in the hearts of many, and his grip on the public's imagination was tightening with each passing day. The Zodiac's victims were seemingly random, yet a pattern emerged. They were mostly young couples attacked in secluded areas. David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen were his first victims, shot to death in their car. Then came Darlene Ferrin and Michael Mageau, attacked at the Blue Rock Springs Park in Vallejo. Cecilia Shepard and Brian Hartnell were attacked at Lake Berryessa, stabbed repeatedly while enjoying a picnic. Paul Stein, a cab driver, was shot and killed in San Francisco. The Zodiac's methods varied, but his brutality was consistent, leaving a trail of blood and terror in his wake. While the confirmed victims shared similarities, there were also potential victims who fit the Zodiac's profile, but were never conclusively linked to him. The uncertainty surrounding these cases only added to the mystery and fueled speculation. The lack of a clear motive only deepened the enigma, making it even harder to understand the killer's psyche. The Zodiac Killer was not just a cold-blooded murderer, he was a master manipulator, craving attention and recognition. He began communicating with the press and the police, sending letters and cryptic messages to various newspapers, including the San Francisco Chronicle. These letters, often filled with bizarre symbols and coded messages, became his calling card. He reveled in the terror he inflicted, boasting about his crimes and threatening more violence. The ciphers he sent became a source of both fascination and frustration for investigators and amateur sleuths alike. The ciphers were complex, and some remain unsolved to this day. The Zodiac clearly enjoyed toying with the authorities. He seemed to derive pleasure from the fear and chaos he created. His letters were a chilling window into the mind of a killer, but they also provided investigators with potential clues. Each letter was meticulously analyzed for handwriting, fingerprints, and any other piece of evidence that could lead to his identity. The Zodiac Killer's 340 cipher, sent in 1969, remained unsolved for over 50 years. But in December 2020, a team of codebreakers finally cracked it. The message revealed the Zodiac's taunting words, but unfortunately, no clues to his identity. It was a breakthrough, yet it left many questions unanswered. Despite numerous investigations and countless suspects, the Zodiac Killer's identity remains a mystery. Over the decades, the case has gone cold, but the fascination with the Zodiac endures as amateur sleuths and professional investigators alike continue to search for answers. It's a puzzle that, even now, captivates the imagination of many. The Zodiac Killer's reign of terror left an indelible mark on history. His cryptic messages, chilling murders, and the fear he instilled in the public have made him a figure of dark legend. The case has inspired books, movies, and endless speculation. Though we may never know who the Zodiac was, his legacy lives on, a haunting reminder of the evil that can lurk in the shadows.